Top 10 NFL free safeties, 5-1. Number 5, Tyrann Mathieu, age 24. Really, nothing much to say about Tyrann Mathieu other than that he's been through a brilliant story through his life. Really coming up as a questionable character, a character that people thought maybe he wasn't ready for the NFL, maybe he's a little immature, and getting into kind of trouble for a bit, to having a second chance and getting drafted by the Arizona Cardinals. And really he's made a great name for himself. He's been very productive and actually has been one of the key pieces to their defense, to the point where this year when he got injured, really it slowed down the Arizona defense and they became irrelevant, due part because Tyrann was not there. So it's really great to see that turnaround story. The person that kind of had their character questioned to now being an elite defender and one of the best free safeties in the game, and making the number 5. So he definitely should be higher. He definitely will be higher. It's just injuries kind of set him back a bit. And this year it's been a pretty good year for free safeties. They were pretty good in the secondary. Tyrann Mathieu, 5 years, $62.5 million. Well-deserved payday for him. Well-deserved for that. And this year, 10 games he played and started. He had an interception. He had 4 pass deflections, a forced fumble, 1 sack, and 35 combined tackles. A lot better 2015 than 2016. Didn't get to the playoffs, didn't make a Pro Bowl or anything like that, but he sure will be on this list again. Next year he'll be an All-Pro. Next year he'll be a Pro Bowler. If he stays healthy, those will happen, and he'll be a big cornerstone to this Arizona team once again. So not really anything negative to say about the guy. I think he's proven it, that he's one of the top in this game at the position, and just gotta have him just keep improving. So Tyrann Mathieu, I believe in this guy, so he's gonna have another strong case, another strong season. Number 4, Harrison Smith, age 28. Harrison Smith, very big part of this Minnesota Vikings team, defense-wise. They're one of the top in the NFL. Really have been fantastic from the D-line to the linebackers, and the secondary has been pretty great. You're young, they're ready to go. I feel this team can definitely be a very big threat to get to the playoffs. I'm not sure how deep they can go, but I know they can be a very dangerous team. I really am looking forward to the upside of this Minnesota team post-AP era. But we are talking about Harrison Smith now, and his contract status as of right now is 5 years, $51.25 million. Very well deserved for a guy that gets all over the field. That's a disruptor. That's a leader, and that's focused and determined to be better and better. Just a great athlete, and really earned his stripes for sure for being this elite free safety in the league. It's really earned him this spot because he's been like this consistently year after year. Literally since he's been drafted, he's just consistently been proving himself to be fantastic. This year, 14 games he played, 14 he started. He had 2 pass deflections, 2 fumble recoveries, 2 sacks, and combined of 91 tackles. So very good season for him. Didn't get to the playoffs this year. That is unfortunate, but he did make the Pro Bowl, and that's a very big upside to Harrison Smith. Very well deserved. Guy that I truly like to watch. Very entertaining guy, and I see a lot of upside with him. I think he'll be fantastic, and I think he's going to be consistently great, and I think he will be extremely valuable to this team next year once again. Number 3, Malcolm Jenkins, age 29. Malcolm Jenkins, very exciting guy to watch, just all over the field kind of person. Really made his name as a part of being a defender in the New Orleans Saints. Came back, had to have this position role as a free safety on the Philadelphia Eagles, and really I think he was given pretty much the keys to be the leader that they really wanted, that they really hoped for, and that they got. Malcolm Jenkins is a great leader to this defense. He brings a lot of veteran leadership to a team that's pretty young on the defensive side, and I do believe that this defense will be very much a very key and very great opponent to many of the offenses. They will scare off offenses. I really do believe that this team has the ability to really lead Eagles to victories due to defensive turnovers. And I do believe that this is a team, Philadelphia-wise, that can compete for the playoffs. I really do believe it. I think Carson Wentz will be great. Malcolm Jenkins, the captain, the leader. And really, like I said, he gets credit because he does it all. And his contract right now is 4 years, $35 million. Not bad. And, at 29, he's still got it. Great. He's a great voice to the league, and just a great athlete, just a great football player. And it's really nice to see him really becoming more key part of football in terms of his voice and everything. Just a great guy for sure. 16 games he played and started, 3 interceptions, 2 were for touchdowns, 9 pass deflections, 1 fumble recovery, 1 sack for combined of 69 tackles. Very great. Didn't get to the playoffs. I think they definitely have a shot this year. Didn't make the Pro Bowl. Should be a Pro Bowler a lot more than just one time. I feel like he got snubbed there. Yeah, Malcolm Jenkins is a badass and very well deserving of being on this list. Number 2, HaHa Clinton Dix, age 24. So his real name is not HaHa, if you guys are wondering. It's Hishon, I believe. But, pretty simple name, HaHa. Overall, besides his unique name, he's also a very unique individual on the football field, and he's a very productive offensive player. For a 24-year-old, he's got great leadership, great ball skills, great tackler, and he gets there. And he always is trying to improve. He's always trying to be better. He's a hard worker, and he's been a very focal point to this defense, which is the Green Bay Packers, who struggle mightily, but there are times that there are key players that really make that worthwhile to watch, and that is Morgan Burnett for me, HaHa Clinton Dix, Julius Pepper when he was there. He was still pretty entertaining, and he still is. Clay Matthews when he's healthy and ready to go, Mike Daniels, and Nick Perry. Yeah, for the most part, that's it for right now. Demarius Randall for sure too. But yeah, no, HaHa is like one of the top guys just because he's very active in every way, shape, or form. And if you want to decide if he's actually a really good player in the postseason, just look at what he did in the NFC Championship against the Seattle Seahawks, which I feel like Green Bay definitely should have won, but a lot of luck Seattle's way. Seattle was just the better team. Also, like I said, some luck with that onside kick there. That cost Green Bay the game, pretty much, essentially. HaHa definitely had a great game, so he's a great postseason kind of guy. He's not a choke artist at all. He's not that kind of guy. He's just really productive. He's just an all-around pretty good football player and a very fun, entertaining guy to watch, and very young. So he's got a lot to still be. I think he will be the top free safety in the NFL eventually in his career. And you look at 16 games he played, 16 he started, 5 interceptions, 7 pass deflections, 1 forced fumble, half sack, and combined 79 tackles. So not as many tackles. He got to the QB sort of with the half a sack. Definitely his career low, but career high in interceptions. Played all the games. Second highest in pass deflections, and like I said, he was able to get to the QB, which is important, which is what you want, and he's able to just disrupt. The free safeties, you're supposed to be all around. You're supposed to be ready whenever called upon, wherever. And like I said, just overall, you need to respect HaHa for what he's doing, his ability, and he's coming from Alabama, so they know how to play defense. They're NFL ready, and he's NFL ready, and of course he is. And I think in this coming year, he's going to have another great year. I think, in my opinion, it'll be a career high for him. And I'm expecting him to be competing with Earl for the best free safety in the game. So, number 1, Earl Thomas, age 28. Really, Earl Thomas, future Hall of Famer, just a superstar. best free safety in the game. Of course, there's many titles that you can put him. Also, you can put him one of the most valuable defensive players and one of the most valuable players of a team for the Seattle Seahawks. You lose a guy like Russell Wilson, you lose a guy like Michael Bennett, you lose a guy like Bobby Wagner, you lose a Cam, you lose an Earl. Really, you lose a Doug Baldwin. Really, those guys are the dictators of a team, and they are the main focal points of a team, you know. And I think if you lose like the key guys out there, you're really it's gonna danger your entire team, and it's gonna make your team kind of dysfunctional and not play as well. And I think Earl's injury could show you exactly what I'm talking about. When Earl is not on the field there, his presence, it's something else. They're not the same defensive team. Just like Cam, they don't have that same fierce, that force, right? Well, with Earl, they don't have that flexibility of, oh, it's okay if someone catches the ball, Earl's just going to fly over. There's not going to be another guy that's going to fly like Earl. There's not a guy that can do what Earl can do. Earl can do everything. He's just a playmaker in itself, and that's why he's a future Hall of Famer. That's what he deserves to be called. Before we even enter exactly what I'm talking about, I'm just letting you know, HaHa has a 2-year, $4.17 million contract. I didn't get to say that before. Now, Earl Thomas, on his hand, he's got 2 years, $20 million. So I believe he'll be a Seahawk for life. He's just that kind of guy. He's a very loyal guy. I don't really see him too fumbling with money. He doesn't ask for a Perez. He's just a guy that just wants to be great, and he loves the Seattle area. I can tell that he just loves playing football, and I love that I can tell that he just loves playing for Pete Carroll, playing for these guys, and trying to win a Super Bowl. He's a leader. He's a big-time leader. He's a guy you can always really lean your hat on. He really is a true definition of what you want out of your cornerstone kind of guy. And I think they got that when they drafted him back in 2010, 14th overall. You know, they wanted to have more defensive guys. They got an Earl, and they should not regret it, because ever since then he's been productive, just playing all the time. And this is pretty much the first year that he really got injured for more than a game, 2 games. So I think that really affected them. It really did. And you're looking at what he did. 2 interceptions, 11 games, 11 started. He had 10 pass deflections. He had a fumble recovery for a touchdown, and he had a combined of 46 tackles. You know, not great, but I mean, not terrible. So it should tell you that he is actively there. Again, wasn't in the playoffs for them. That's a big loss. I think they lost to Atlanta because they just didn't have all their guys healthy. They just weren't the same. I feel like if they had an Earl, if they had these kind of guys, of course they would. I think they would definitely be on their way to the NFC Championship. They had a very good chance. I really do. I really do believe that, just because Russell's starting to become fantastic. He really is. Like, he's starting to become something else. It's pretty amazing. Doug Baldwin's starting to be a star receiver, and everything's starting to just fall into place with the offense. Their defense, it's always been the same for years now, for a while at least. A few years now, just top in the NFL in defense. Like, they're fantastic. Again, no Pro Bowl, no all Pro, of course, because of the injury. But either that, just put Earl Thomas where he's supposed to be. That's number 1. That's where I'm putting him at. That's where I think he belongs. That's where I know he belongs. And Earl's just gonna have another great year. I love Earl Thomas. It's a great guy. Doesn't say much, just plays with his heart out, and I just love it. Also, if you guys get the chance, check out his hit on Gronkowski. It's pretty impressive.